Okay, so video 11 out of 100 in a row. Yeah, I want video to be a big part of my life, so I'm forcing myself to develop this habit until it becomes part of my lifestyle. So I'm doing video versions of my daily LinkedIn posts, just because I already have the content, and I think it's just good practice for me. And I can add more information to the posts. So today's LinkedIn post is about one conversation, two languages. So I've been in Japan 18 years, and I've never formally studied Japanese at all. But I live here, and I'm surrounded by Japanese. Plus, my family is Japanese. My friends are Japanese. So I hear it all the time. So my listening skills are pretty good. I understand Japanese pretty much at 90%, I think. My speaking is a lot lower than that, but my listening is pretty high. So a lot of times I will hear the Japanese, and if that person's English listening ability is close to my Japanese listening ability, then I will respond in English, and then they can respond in Japanese. And this happens to me almost all the time, where somebody will say something to me, and then I know they have a decent level of English. I can continue and have a full conversation with them, even though we're both using two totally different languages. So obviously the base of this is my wife, who's basically bilingual, but for her, it's obviously more natural to speak in her native language, which is Japanese. And then for me, it's always been easier, obviously, for me to speak English because that's my native language. So that's how we communicate. When we started dating, I would be speaking English, she would be speaking Japanese, and we would be able to have a full conversation like that. The people around us, in the cafe or the restaurant would always look at us weird, but that was just natural for us. Like, we can always speak with with the most natural way, using our own language, right? So, like, now my kids are here, and we've just continued doing that. So I will speak English, wife will speak Japanese, and the kids will, mix between them. Usually when they speak back to me, it's in English, and speak to my wife, it's in Japanese. So this is a interesting concept that communication really isn't about language, right? So I do this a lot with a lot of my clients too. I'll go to the client's office, and some of the staff, I know they speak English, or they at least understand English. So I will speak English, and then they will respond to me in Japanese. And yeah, I can do full meetings and presentations this way. And yeah, that's how we communicate. Writing is a little different, but now with translation, AI, and GPT and all that, like we can kind of basically do that too. But anyway, this post is about speaking, and I think it's something to explore. That if you think you need to have perfect, super high level fluency in every language to communicate with everybody, this is one little shortcut that you can get around that. So, trust that the other person has a high level listening skill, and then you have to have a high level listening skill as well. And then, yeah, you can cross languages, and yeah, it works out pretty well on both sides. So yeah, you don't need to be bilingual, but if you can be bilingual listening, then that's enough to get by in a lot of situations. All right, so try it out. See you next video.